Let's talk about product rule in calculus. So here we have f is the following function, where x is in radians, and then we have sin 3x multiplied by cos x. And therefore, we have to use the product rule to find the value. Why the product rule? Because I have two functions, sin 3 of x multiplied by cos of x. So that's the multiplication sign. And we have to find the value of it when x has a specific value. Okay, so how do we do it? We go to the table, we find the formula for our product rule, and where it is, that's where it is. Let's get that. Now, when I'm doing either product rule or quotient rule, I like to write those elements out so that it's easier for me then to fill them in. So we have, that's my u, that's my v. So we're going to have u function and then derivative of that function. And then we're going to have v and then derivative of v function. So u function sin of 3x and then v function cos x. Now we have to derive it. So again, we go to the table, look for the formula. So here we have sin and cos. Let's get those formulas here. So our sin 3x will happen cos x. Now, what is the issue here? We understand that we have more than just x. So definitely that, with that being 3x, because that's what I have, but it is a function within a function. Therefore, what do? We multiply by the derivative of that bracket, meaning what? 3x derivative of that is 3. So here our derivative is going to be 3 cos 3x, yeah? All your formulas, basically, if some of you are wondering how do I recognize that chain rule, if you have more than x, that's most likely chain rule, okay? And then with cos, that's straightforward. We don't have any additional numbers, so minus sin x. Okay, let's now replace that in our formula. So first, u function, so that is sin 3x multiply, and now derivative of v function, so minus sin x, then we have plus, then the v function is cos x multiply, and then derivative of the first function, so 3 multiplied by cos 3x. Now I like writing multiplication sign so we know what we are multiplying. Now, do I need to do anything else with that, like in the mean simplify it or something? Actually, no, because the question here is I need to find, so that's my f of x function derivative. I need to find the value of that derivative when x is equal pi over 4. So even without working, all I have to do is replace that x with pi over 4. Now, they did tell me that the angle is in radians, so I just have to make sure my calculator is in radians, isn't it, in order for me to get the appropriate value. But like I'm saying, you don't have to kind of simplify it. Sorry, I'm trying to write at the same time, replacing x with pi over 4. So all of that now we can put in the calculator, press equal, and the answer should come as -2.